What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are back at it with some dope action comics, issue number 1057. But before we dive into the DC universe and everything Superman related, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get heroic and selfless. Just kidding, it's okay to be selfish from time to time. Let's get cracking with Action Comics issue 1057. So our story begins in the most Superman way possible, for we have the Man of Steel chatting it up with a man named Glenn. Turns out was an ex-con, and that Superman was the one who made the arrest. However, after some friendly banter, Glenn tells Superman that he doesn't need to check on him every day, considering the fact that he has more important stuff to deal with. But Superman turns around and says not at all, because at the end of the day, Glenn, you're a good guy, and I like having lunch with friends. And with that, the hero takes off. Now, upon hearing Lois calling for Clark, Superman flies and heads over to the Daily Planet. And after changing into his civilian clothes, it's here where Lois, who right now is the current stand-in for chief and editor, lets our hero know that the leader of the Blue Earth, which of course is the hate group who are insanely against aliens residing on Earth, is offering to have an exclusive interview with the planet. However, the only caveat is that she will only have this interview with Clark Kent. Now, despite the fact that most people view Blue Earth as a terrorist hate group, though Lois agrees, she feels like this is a perfect opportunity to showcase how much Blue Earth sucks. And so if the entire country is able to see what Blue Earth represents, they'll see what we've been seeing for the last, several issues, that they're nothing more than a hate group. An hour later, Blue Earth's leader, Norah Stone, arrives with her bodyguard Dorian, and it's right off the bat where Nora's presence is somewhat surprising. Think about it. If you were to find out a hate group is led by, a child, you would probably be in shock as well. However, we also see that Norah is wearing a bracelet with nuggets of kryptonite. Now, of course, this raises eyebrows, but before we dive into those theories, let's continue. You see, during the interview, Clark confronts Norah with Blue Earth's history of violence and hateful rhetoric, but Norah claims that Blue Earth denounces violence and that the supposed members who have committed crimes against aliens are rogue lone wolves, not in any way affiliated with the actual group. Now, during this interview, Clark is shown using his powers in order to see if Norah is lying, but she is able to debate well and frame Blue Earth's mission as the preservation of humanity. Basically, what we can gather is that Norah is a pro, and that she knows how to sell a product without tripping. Now, as the interview is wrapping up, Norah assures Clark, and the world of that matter, that she is trying to make her world safer, and that Earth is her home. But Clark, using his powers, is able to detect this as a lie. After Norah leaves, Clark tells Lois that he thinks he has seen her before, and that he plans to follow her. However, since Norah was wearing a kryptonite bracelet, we see Clark sweating like a madman. However, despite Lois's concerns and suggestions that maybe he should, take a rest, Clark is intent on uncovering the truth. From there, Clark enters the elevator, but Dorian follows him inside. And once the doors are shut, Dorian attacks Clark, revealing that he can fly and has super strength. And while Clark is too weak to fight back as a result of kryptonite exposure, Dorian informs Clark that this is all his fault, that his people have come to Earth. And from there, shapeshifts to resemble Superman. Dorian then tells Superman that he will show Earth what happens when people put their faith in a monster. And that, folks, was the end of Action Comics issue number 1057. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. Philip Kennedy Johnson continues to make Action Comics a must-read series for DC fans. What I like about this issue is how the story feels relevant in today's world, but without hitting you over the head with it. Let's face it, people suck. There's a lot of unnecessary hate in this world. But never is the writer telling the reader how to deal with hate. Instead, PKJ trusts us as the readers and as good people to see right from wrong, without coming off too preachy. And because of that, he's able to focus more on the narrative and grow the story. Hate groups in today's world suck ass. They always have. But one of the things that hate groups have in their arsenal is having no fear to go extreme. Superman, he's a good guy. He will always do the right thing. But he's also someone who will never cross that line, unless if it's Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman. But hate groups, both in real life and in this issue, will do anything to win. And that's something that Superman can't really lean onto. Therefore, how do you have a hate group effectively fight Superman? Well, you frame him, you tear down his image, and what Superman represents. I love how PKJ brought a sense of realism and emotion that we as people feel in the real world. It made us feel connected with Superman's plight against Blue Earth, but also we get a sense of how Lois Lane sees the situation as well. Lois, being an editor-in-chief, is responsible to make hard calls for stories, and if that means giving Norah, the leader of Blue Earth, a platform, then so be it. It's a hard call. Do you allow a hateful person like Norah to get a platform if Clark Kent's interviewing her as a way to show the world that she sucks? Or do you refuse her the opportunity and allow people to make their own minds without seeing or hearing the facts? Very similar in today's world, and so it's cool to see how Superman and his world deal with it. Overall, PKJ continues to make Action Comics a must-read, and I love where this is going, so yeah, can't wait for more. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top-tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 1058? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.